Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Last part of multiplying polynomials. You can see that it's the same format. We're going to continue to make sure we understand what a monomial, what a binomial, what a trinomial is. I don't know if I want to do this actually. Maybe I just want to get starting problems, but now let's make sure we know. Make sure we know that mono means one, bi means two, tri means three. How does that look like? Right here, we just have one term. I wish you all were in here to be able to tell me, oh, I know, maybe it's just a 3x. Perfect. Binomial with just two partners, maybe a 2x plus 1. And then a trinomial, our best friend, x squared plus, or let's do a minus 5x minus 7. One person, two people, one, two, three people. Not too bad. Make sure you know those vocabulary words because today we're doing mono times bi, mono times tri. So we're going to do 1 times 2 and then 1 times 3. Let's go. First examples. I want to zoom in a little bit. Do 125. Let's do 130, 150. Mono times bi. So we got a single person multiplying a two-part person. Okay. Right here, it's talking about area. Area means usually you got to multiply, so make sure you know multiplication. I have a 4 times a 2x plus 2. Now, how do I set this up? You could do one or two things. You could make it look like this, or you can actually do the box like this. So I'm going to put the 4 on the side, 2x plus 2 up top. And then what do? We're multiplying. 4 times 8, and 4 times 2 is 8. Oh, too funny, ladies and gentlemen. 4 times 2 is 8. There's only one x, so I leave one x. 4 times another 2 is positive 8. We're done. That's my answer. 8x plus 8. Boom. Not too bad. Same thing over here. Some of us are going to say, oh, I can just do this, distribution. You're right. But because we're doing the box method, it's not too bad just to do the box method. This is just a 1 by 2 box. Put the 4 in the front. Where's the color that I was using I liked? Oh, it's right next to it. 3c squared negative 4c. And we multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. There's a c squared, so we bring down that c squared. Obviously, if the 4 had a c, we would make that c3 because 1c plus the 2c's gives me 3c, but we're okay right now. Then we got 4 times negative 4, negative 16. It has a c, so we bring down the c. If this one had a c, it'd be 1 plus 1, which is c2. But right here, we're good to go. That's my answer, 12c squared minus 16c. Mono times any polynomial is pretty simple, but let's make it more interesting with a mono times a bi. Positive, you need to copy. Rewatch it if you need to see what I did. Mono times a trinomial, so like I said, this is a 1 times a 3. We got two versions, one without a variable, the other one with the variable. So let's check it out. So for this case, I'm going to do 1 times 3. I don't like the way that came out. On the side, I'm going to put a 2. On the top, I'm going to put the 3. 1, 2, 3. What's the number in front of negative w? Negative 1. So we got 4w squared minus 1w minus 1. All right. What do we do here? We're going to multiply. 2 times 4, 8. The w squared's by itself. There's no w here, so this stays the same. So w squared. 2 times negative 1. Calculator, if you're not good with negatives, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. There's only a w here, nothing here, so this stays with the w. And the last one, 2 times negative 1. 2 times negative 1, give me negative 2. And we're done. That's my answer. 8w squared comes down minus 2w minus 2. Check mark. Same thing over here. Again, if you need a pause it when I'm out of the picture, pause it and copy. Same thing over here. We got a 1 by 3. Except right here, we do have a variable for p. Put a star, put multiple stars because this is with the variable. Up top, we're going to put negative p squared. Don't forget negative p is a negative 1, imaginary. Negative 1p squared. Right here, it's just a p, but don't forget that's also a 1, imaginary. So we got positive 1p and a plus 2. And now what are we going to do? Multiply. Don't forget that this p does have an imaginary 1 up top because we have to add the exponents because that's the law of exponents product rule. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Don't forget the p with the p squared. We're doing 1 plus 2. That gives me p3. Very different from over here because this 2 does not have a variable, so that's why we kept it the same. Over here, because this one does have a variable, got to add those exponents because it's part of the product rule. Next one. 4 times positive 1 is 4. P plus another p, that's p2. And the last one, 4 times positive 2 is 8. This one doesn't have a p, but because this one has a p, it has to keep that p right there. And that's it. Boom. So we got negative 4p to the power 3. That's a positive 4, so I have to put a plus sign for p squared. And then that's a positive 8 plus sign, 8p. Check mark, check mark, check mark. Pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Please, again, I'm going to post this as early as possible, hopefully at 9 o'clock. So you can stop by for tutorials at 10 o'clock if you have any questions. And the next part is just a refresher. Pause it if you need to. Polynomial refreshers is 2 by 2, binomial times binomial. How do I know? Because there's 2 partners here, 2 partners here, 2 by 2. You could do it however you like. I'm going to put the first part up here, the second part on the side. So 4v, 4v, negative 4. That's a v, but that's going to be a 1v plus a 2, and we work it out. Don't forget that there's little 1s up here. And let's do it. 1 times 4 is 4. V1 and another V1, that gives me V2. 4 times 2, that's 8. This one doesn't have a V, but this one does, so I keep the V. Go upstairs. 1 times negative 4. 1 times negative 4 gives me a negative 4. This one does not have a v, but this one does, so I keep the v. And last part, 2 times -4. 2 times -4 gives me a -8. And again, we should be able to recognize that these v's are in common, but like I said last time, let's just write everything on the side. So we got 4v squared minus 4v. That's a positive 8v with the minus 8v. We could see right here, these are the same because of the v's. 4v squared. Put this in your calculator. I got negative 4v plus 8v. Calculator real quick. Take your time. You should get a positive 4v minus 8. Good stuff. See what time it is. Bell's about to ring, so let's work through this real quick. Pause it if you need to. I'm going to move on. Next one. Trying to beat the bell so we don't have to hear the announcements. Terrible box, but that's okay. Don't forget I said that this means a square that it's itself repeated twice. So 4h plus 3, 4h plus 3. And then we go at it. 4h plus 3, 4h plus 3. And we go for it. Imaginary 1, imaginary 1. 4 times 4, 16. h1 plus h1, h2. 4 times 3, 4 times 3, count 4 3 times. 12, shoot. 12. This one has an h, but this one does not, so it's just h by itself. Same thing over here, 4 times 3, 12. H, no h, h. And last one, 3 times 3 gives me positive 9. Again, you should hopefully be able to see, okay, these are the same. I could just add them, but we can do it on the side. We got 16h, ignore this, 16h squared plus 12h plus 12h plus 9. You should be able to see that these are h's. 12 plus 12, hopefully you know it. 16h squared, what's 12 plus 12? Positive 24h plus 9. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm going to post this as soon as possible when it's uploaded. And let me know if you need extra help. I hope you all have a terrific day. Friday is going to be something similar, but kind of going backwards, giving you a hint already. Please do your work. Next week is the last week of the third quarter. I do want everybody to pass. Make sure you do your test. Make sure. Oh, I forgot. Let me go over that real quick. Real quick, because it's very important. You must do it. It's mandatory. It's for grade because last prompt was not a good prompt. Notes, we just did it. Video's going to be right here. Mandatory prompt. You click that. How would being good at math benefit you in the future? Make me a story. Very important. Half a page or more. Half a page or more. Do not do less than half. So you put your first, your last name, ID number, date, and make sure you write up at least to 4 or 5. Make sure you make me a beautiful story how being good at math will help you. After you do that, should be good. I hope you all have a terrific day. Talk to you all tomorrow. Friday.